Everybody, time for another real quick 3-minute office meeting for today, November the 3rd. Got a lot of great information to go over, so bear with me. The first thing I want to talk about is mark your calendars now, circle the date. December the 17th is our annual holiday party. It's a Saturday night, going to be an amazing event as it always is. More details to follow, but circle your calendar, mark the date, don't book anything else. It's our biggest event of the year. Hope to see all of you guys and your spouses there. So again, December 17th. Next thing I want to talk about is if any of you guys out there, or you might know somebody that's looking for maybe a career change, I've had several teams in the office approach me about needing a transaction coordinator. So if you're looking to make that jump, things might be a little slow in your personal real estate business, or you know somebody that's licensed that might want to be making a move into that career, please have them contact me because I can probably hook you up and get you started right away. And people will actually pay you to do their paperwork, chase down HOA packages, schedule inspections, etc. So let me know. Again, multiple people asking for that in the office. Next thing I want to talk about is something that might get you in a little bit of trouble, and you need to be careful when you do it, and it's recommending anyone to your clients. Now, of course, I know your clients are always going to ask you as their trusted advisor, who do I use for this, who do I use for that? Now, a couple of bits of advice along those lines. I always try to give 3 recommendations, especially with things like inspectors. Inspectors, you should always give 3 recommendations. We're so quick to say, okay, now that we're in escrow, my inspector, George, is going to do the inspection. Here's where there's a problem. Should something come up on the inspection, or more importantly, should something not come up on that inspection, like mold, and later on the buyer decides to sue, it won't be the buyer, it'll be their attorney. When that attorney goes to file a suit, especially over mold, what they're going to do is wrap anybody and everybody that has an insurance policy or any type of culpability into that suit, because their job is to sue as many people as they can to try to recover as much as they can for basically themselves and their client. So if you are on record as saying you need to use this home inspector and that home inspector didn't find the mold, well, now you're going to get wrapped up, and in a sense, Simply Vegas is going to get wrapped up in it for that reason. What's a better way to do it, and the way that you have to do it actually, is especially with home inspectors, to say, look, here's 3 choices. You choose whoever you want to choose. That way, inevitably, it is the buyer's choice on all of these things. Now, when it comes to recommendations, I try to do this always with handymen, people that are going to do rehab work for them. Try to find the multiple choices and let them pick, because you never want that to fall back on you. Now, one thing I never recommend to clients, I've had a lot of people call me and ask me this question, is who's a good mover? Who do you know? The truth to that is there are no good movers, because if you move a large house, something's always going to get broken, and I promise you it's going to be that one special family heirloom that just cannot be replaced. So don't recommend a mover, because that will ultimately be your fault, and there is no quicker way to ruin a great relationship with a client than having a family heirloom get broken by a mover that you recommended. Now, moving back to recommendations, and I want to double back a little bit to where we talked about the inspectors. Back to the mold issue. It just made me think about it. If you ever have a mold issue in a house, if it comes up, discoloration, there's something that might be an issue and we're the buyer, you need to call Gavin and I immediately, because we need to advise you on what to do and how to handle that client. Because at some point, we always want to advise our clients not to buy the house. Now, we all know that in most cases, these discolorations, the buyers push past them. It's their choice to do what they want to do. But we need to advise them properly and make sure in each case we are advising them that if it's serious and it looks like mold, they should not buy the house. And we need to make sure we're doing that in writing to protect ourselves and protect you from potential liability in the future. So that's all I got for this week. Can't wait for our December 17th for our holiday party. So circle your calendars now. If you want to be a transaction coordinator, let me know. Make sure you're recommending at least 3 things when you make recommendations, and call us if there's any issues with mold. So let's have a great week, and let's go sell some real estate.